Hello, Abnormal Family. Good to see you guys today. I think we got everything figured out for next Saturday. Thank you for having such a good live with us this Saturday. I felt we went over a lot of good things. My mom, she will be joining us this Saturday as the plan again to talk about things going on at her home. Sorry this Saturday got mixed up. She had a family emergency she had to take care of. Also, I want to thank everybody last night for all the donations for Hunter to bring him home. It truly is helping a whole lot, and we hope to have him home very soon. So all your donations are making a big difference. The links are in the description if you would like to help. So let's get into this Sunday drop, guys. Some friends and I, back in 1998, had decided to stay in my best friend Nick's parents' cabin for the weekend. If I recall correctly, the place was somewhere on the east edge of Washington. Snow was pouring down that whole weekend. There were 5 of us in all. Me, Nick, Timothy, and Julie, and Erica. That Saturday morning, the morning after we had arrived, the 2 guys decided to do some skiing. Though personally, I didn't think the snow was deep enough or thick enough to be able to do any kind of skiing. The rest of us decided to play with the old Ouija board Nick's parents had hidden away. The thing was so dusty, but everything seemed to be in working order. Erica decided it would be even more fun if we turned out all the lights and lit some candles, so we did. It was pretty creepy. That's the fun of it, right? We did have one of those planchette things. We used a small shot glass, and no, none of us had been drinking. First off, we asked if there were any spirits around. Nothing. We waited about a minute, but nothing happened. Then we asked if there were any beings here beside us. Again, after waiting for a minute or two, there was no answer. Maybe we didn't set it up right, Erica said. What do you mean? I asked. It's just a board game. She gave me this awkward smile. I recognized that smile. She always had it when she had a bad idea. A good idea, too, but generally a bad idea. It made me a bit uneasy. She answered me. We've got the candles. Now let's make a blood pact. What the hell, Erica? Julie was not happy with her suggestion. What do you mean, a pact? I was curious, I must admit. Let's put our blood on the board, she explained. You know, make it more spiritual. I bet you something will answer. It sounded spooky, and I've always been a fanatic for all these things that are creepy. So I agreed to it. Julie, however, was having none of it. Erica and I pricked our fingers with the pen and tried to let the blood drip on the board. We ended up just wiping it on there a bit. I was already regretting my decision. The 3 of us placed our hands back on the shot glass and started again. Are there any spirits here with us? We said together in an attempted unison. Almost immediately, we felt the shot glass move. All of us jumped when we felt it. We looked at each other, each silently asking the other, Are you moving it? Our blank expressions told us none of us were. We watched very anxiously as the glass rolled over a few letters. N-O-T-H-E-R. Nother? In my head I read "nother," and I had no idea what that meant. What do you mean? Erica suddenly spoke aloud. We felt it move over the same letters, this time pausing between the T and the H. So then we figured out that it meant not her. I breathed. Erica and I looked at Julie quickly, understanding that it was probably talking about her. She was the only one who hadn't pricked her finger. She jerked her hand away from the shot glass with a worried look on her face. Not her? A raspy whisper from outside the cabin. Now Erica and I both jerked our hands away. All of us stood staring toward the wall where the front door stood. Not her. It came again, somehow closer than before. I could feel goosebumps all over me at that point. Then came the scratching sound at the door. Nick, stop it, I screamed. He had played pranks on me before. I guess I just ignored the fact that he wouldn't have known what they spelled out the Ouija board. So why would he be outside whispering like that? Erica, breaking all of the usual horror movie tropes, ran toward the front door. I ran after her, Julie whimpering beside us. She pulled the door open. Outside of the door, something pale with crazily long limbs scurried away on all fours. We saw it for about 2 seconds before it broke into the edge of the woods. The thing was the size of a child, hairless and pale as the snow itself. That's about as much as I saw before it was gone out of sight. Before I could even think of blaming Nick or Timothy, I saw them backs against the outside wall, the corner of the cabin. What the F was that? Nick was visibly shaken. Timothy just stood there without a word, staring into the woods. We all gathered inside that night, all the lights on and all the curtains pulled over the windows. Nick and Timothy explained how they had just gotten back when they saw what the F was that. We all gathered around, scared to death, the rest of that night. Nick and Timothy explained how when they had just got back, they saw that pale creature clawing at the front door. They said they wanted to just not believe it, that it must have been a hairless animal of some sort. But we all doubted that's what it was, anything less than paranormal. I will never use a Ouija board again because whenever we all went home, we all had the same experience at our house. A pale little baby scratching at our windows. Each one of us seen it with that evil smile. It was a baby with adult teeth that looked like it had had the teeth every bit of 80 years. And the smile was terrible. We all told our parents. They got the preacher from our church which blessed our houses. We had told him what we had done. He scolded us and told us that we were to never touch anything like that again. He blessed our houses and went back to the cabin and gained the Ouija board. The church prayed over the Ouija board and the Ouija board was burned and destroyed. To this day, we've had no other encounters. Remember, folks, a Ouija board is more than just a game. This thing followed us home, and I do believe it would have tried to get us eventually. Never play that game. Yeah, guys, I know that is not something you want to mess with. A lot of people do think it's just a game, and they end up getting themselves in trouble. And for this thing to be at all their houses, and to be the same thing, I think that's pretty weird. It followed them back. She said that it did follow everybody back, but the one thing she did make a footnote at the bottom of this is it did not follow the girl that did not prick her finger. So the girl that did not do the blood oath, it did not follow her home. So remember, the blood, guys, is the life. So that was a very, very bad idea they done. What do y'all think about this story? Do you think they knew better? I think they knew better. They say they thought it was just a game, but I think when you start using blood the way they did, they knew they were getting into something, and I think they knew better, especially going to church. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this Sunday drop, and we'll see you on the next one. Keep your head on a swivel. Don't be something's dinner. Smash that like button for Hunter. We're trying to get as many likes on these videos as we can, and thank you for your support.